All right, guys, let's go. It's game 3 of this week's iCast Your Freaking Awesome Replays. This is, of course, the Mineral Maverick challenge where players had to play with just one gas geyser. Up here in the top right, in the red, the Zerg player, he's Nathan. What a freaking normie. Just using his human name. Down here in the bottom left, in the blue, representing Haze 4Z, it's Blue Dreams. You know, you see, this is a gamer name. Haze 4Z. That's right, Zed. Get wrecked. Great clan name. Blue Dreams with a Z. Fucking fantastic. You know, this is a gamer name. This up here, Nathan. Wow. Very creative, Nathan. Think you're better than us? Using a normal human name? You're not a fucking XXX Ninja Warrior 39? Fucking Poison Dagger 666? Not very badass, is it? Just has a picture of a Hydralisk next to the hatchery. Could you be more of a normie, Nathan? Oh, Nathan says, I mean, actually, no, because I'm building a spawning pool pretty early and I'm running across the map with 2 drones. Oh, are we gonna mine the minerals down? Oh, the probe comes in, it doesn't see it. Probe's like, oh, it's a hatchery. That looks like a pretty normal build. Are these guys? Oh, you know what you can do, right, guys? You can build an extractor here and then mine this down, and you grab the minerals, return it to the gas, swap it for a gas, mine minerals, return. So we're just gonna, and no gas, which means this is gonna be a slow Zergling all in, and they're all just gonna run in from this side, and Blue Dreams is gonna be like, well, I have my base walled off over here, and the Zerg is just gonna run up the ramp. Oh no, don't go home, don't go home. Okay, at least this probe's still on this side. I didn't even check for the spawning pool or anything. This probe, not really... I mean, I guess saw the hatch and was like, it's a normal build, it's chill. Already 6 Zerglings are going to start this attack. Or maybe just rally over there and group up. Okay, it's... Whoop. I'm getting a new router this afternoon. I'm going to go down to the store and get myself a new router, guys. Having some internet issues lately. Fudge. It's getting worse every day, I feel. Alright. Yeah, look at that. So waiting for the extractor to finish. Has already mined out 5 of it. So remember, it's 10 minerals on each. So it's 2 trips on each of these to mine that down. Meanwhile, Blue Dreams is like, this is a totally normal game. I'm watching in case Zerglings come out. Has no idea they can just run out that way. Is going to make an adept. And, oh man. Oh, look at this. Yeah, you see? Has been microed onto it. Swaps the mineral. The gas for a mineral. Swaps the mineral to get some gas, and it's just gonna mine that open. Meanwhile, the Zerglings are continuing to rally across the map ever so slowly. And at what point do you pull the trigger here, as Nathan, I wonder? At what point are the Adepts just chilling in the wall? There's a Stalker building, the Overlord's going through, is like, what's going on? I think we're just gonna pull the trigger pretty soon. I don't think we wait too much longer here. This probe's still just fucking not doing its job. You should be out here, mate. Oh no. Okay, the wall off goes up, that's something, but Blue Dream's not checking those minerals, has no idea. There's gonna be 1 Adept and 1 Stalker up against a friggin' swarm of Zerglings. Still this probe, just like, nah, I'm pretty sure I have good vision. It's a fucking purple crystal. He's taking photos of it and posting them on his Insta feed. He's like, doesn't this look like a bit of a fucking dick? This is what happens when you program childlike humor into fucking machines that are meant to be scouting and mining minerals. The Zerglings run in, the Stalker says, fuck me. Doesn't even react. Gets around. An observer's coming out. That's going to help. Maybe you can spy on the Zerglings to defend them. What do we got? The Adept is just chilling in the wall. Blue Dreams is like, maybe I can A-move my probes versus Zerglings. Oh, those Zerglings taking a fantastic trade. I mean, the probes do about as well as they could. A lot of them are heavily wounded, but not quite finished off. Wave 2 of Zerglings coming in. This sentry. Oh, God. This sentry is like a moderator on the Team Liquid forums, desperately trying to hold back the fucking endless bullshit on the internet. Actually, let's be real. It's on the Battle.net forums. The Zerglings are like, don't you think that Thors should be able to transform into air units? I think it's stupid that Vikings can be air and ground and Thors can't. You guys are fucking dumb and you hate this game and it's dead because you don't like it. Blizzard, fuck you. This sentry's like, please try to show respect, guys. I have no actual power because we have a policy of letting people post whatever bullshit they want in our forums so that we don't exclude people who are fucking morons. The Adept, meanwhile, is somewhere. It's an honored community member, goes out there, tries to find it. The sentry does fucking nothing, just like a forum moderator on the Battle.net forums is like, I actually have no power. And And Nathan, with a very nice cheesy all-in, does end up punching Blue Dreams in the dick and wins the game. GG, well played, Nathan. Good cheese. Didn't even... Oh, actually did take one gas. I was like, hey, you didn't even need one gas for this. This wasn't even a one gas. It was. The gas was on the other side of the map, and none of the gas mined ever got returned to the hatch. But it was actually a one gas strategy. Big brain. Big brain, Nathan. Big brain. I'm very excited. Hats off to Nathan. That was fucking awesome, man. Let's go straight into game 4 since that was such a quick one, guys. Down here in the bottom right, in the red, the Terran player, it's Bender. Which, of course, you know, go out on a bit of a bender and go out and get fucked up. Also, a cynical robot from Futurama. Show I never watched that much of. Apparently, that's where all the funny got taken from The Simpsons after the first, you know, 10 seasons or whatever it was. I mean, Simpsons has had levels of getting less and less funny over time. But I think a lot of it coincides with heading over to Futurama, right? Anyways, up here in the top left, in the blue, representing Rustia, it's Zoda. The blue Zerg. Of course, this is the Mineral Maverick Challenge, but if you guys want to get your replays in for it next week... Oh, wait, what's that? We're skipping next week because I'm over in Melbourne. So it's the week after that. You can get your replays in now. The challenge is !IcyFar. Type it in Twitch chat. Even if I'm not offline, it gives you the email to submit your replays. It tells you what the up-to-date challenge is, no matter what you've just watched on YouTube. Sometimes we do get people who've watched a 3-month-old challenge and then, you know, go and submit a replay. Because they don't understand the concept of time, I guess? I don't know. I always feel sad for that. I'm like, oh, you bothered to play the challenge. That's so sweet. I wish it was, you know, eligible to even be looked at, but that's a 3-month-old challenge, mate. Anyways, the up-to-date challenge is, of course, Fanatical Fanboy. I think that's what it's called. Let me scroll. Did we make it Fanatical? I think it was Fanatical Fanboy. Anyway, basically at the start, you say, I'm a fanboy of Boxer. Or whichever pro player you want. Could be a streamer. Could even be someone from another game. And then you play your strategy that is inspired by that. Now, we are probably going to totally miss how you actually were inspired by them. We're probably just going to laugh at how terrible your play is compared to that pro player. But some of you might do some cool creative shit. Some of you might choose a Warcraft player. Some of you might choose a StarCraft 1 or StarCraft 2 player. There's 1,000 things you could possibly do to actually get that in. So be as creative as you wish. Have some fun with it. And I'm actually really curious to see what stupid, silly, amazing, incredible builds you guys get. Once again, for those of you just tuned in, we did actually get 50, just under 50 replays submitted this week for this Mineral Maverick Challenge, which was awesome. Bender, of course, looks like a random ladder opponent, disqualified from the challenge by taking 2 gases. It looks like Zoda, with just the single gas, is going to be the one taking the challenge for this game. This Overlord apparently doesn't like life. I've fucking had enough. I see 2 Marines. I'm gonna... No! He's second. Actually, I think maybe I do. The Marine's like, buddy. Nuh-uh. Buddy, he's like, to the high ground, please. The Marines not being microed. They're not being microed, so they are missing a few shots there because they're not being stutter stepped. Oh, he needed to go slightly to the right, and he could have already been on the high ground. I think he might have barely made it. Unfortunately, that Overlord does go down. But Zoda, add an extra Overlord built ahead of time, is not supply capped, is continuing to mine gas non-stop, obviously to build a bit of a bank up, as you should, and sending a Zergling out for a bit of a scout. Second Overlord ready to scout from that main... Where? Oh my god. What is this build from this Terran? Bender is going a 2-1-1 with no command center. It's a 1-base tank, Stim Marine medevac all in. Holy shit. Unfortunately, a bit of a supply block, that tank being delayed, but I mean, this is just such a weird timing it's going to hit that it could actually be real powerful. You've just got to not build an add-on on the stub. A lot of people will build a reactor in this scenario. They're like, yeah, I can totally afford to build 2 medevacs at a time. It's like, you can't. There is no way. There we go. Just queues up 2 medevacs, Marines. Could queue up combat shields. And then, yeah, I mean, if you just keep building depots, Marines, tanks, go with 1 or 2 medevacs, start sieging from, like, I guess you put a tank there, put a tank up here, just leapfrog your way in. This could be a pretty funky push. Like, a lot of Zergs are not going to be able to defend that. We'll have to keep our eyes on it. Zoda, getting a 3rd base and a quick macro hatch, realizing having extra production is going to be great. Good map vision as well. I mean, this Zergling's a little far back. I'd like it further forward. But nonetheless, we'll be able to defend with that. No Roach Warren or Bane Nest yet. That's worrying me for Zoda, guys. I mean, you can beat this with Zerglings, but you'll need an overwhelming number. And this is very greedy. Just droning up the third against a one-base player. No spores yet. Doesn't really know what they're up against. You're up against a one-base player, and you're like, all right, let's just make 60 drones before units. I mean, a lair's going to give some more flexibility here, but no defensive tech structure, no spores. Production is halted, so you can tell Zoda's like, do I drone? Do I build units? Zoda's going double Evo. Do we drone or build? I think Zoda's really unsure what to be spending the money on right now. Is thinking about it. Queues up a few more drones. Still tons of lava left. Oh, 9 more drones. No units. Oh, so greedy. 5 minutes, and we've got 4 Zerglings up against a one-base player. Hot diddly damn, Zoda. You are a greedy one. Oh, are we gonna... Is this gonna be a doom drop in the main? Oh, this is so funny. I love when people do this shit. This is like... So dirty. Are we gonna go to the... Do you guys think up here, or is it gonna be down here? Looks like they're going towards the main. This is gonna fly straight over all the Zerglings and everything. Overlord comes in and is like, okay. Are we gonna see the medevacs? Oh! What the fuck? The medevacs just threaded the needle. They just threaded the needle, guys. They went through this tiny little gap. They didn't even know. Through pure chance, they went out and straight left. Unless Bender's a really shit map hacker. Which, to be fair, this is the sort of strategy you'd imagine a really shitty map hacker making. No, it does do a scan ahead. And then is like, oh, really? Let's hit the back of the natural. Only 18 Zerglings here. Wait. You're going to land in the main? Oh my god, what a psychopath. Doesn't know how to unload while moving. Had the unload queued to there. Tank sieging. It's a lot of stim shield marines. Oh my god, guys. That's 14 marines, a Hellion, and 2 tanks in the main. This is actually so scary. The spawning pool goes down. You can't build fighting units. Oh no, Zoda's fucked. Zoda goes in with like a trickle of Zerglings. They do nothing. Oh my god. Zoda's so fucked. I mean, Zoda was so far ahead economically. This took so long to hit, but like, I mean, you're going to lose your 1-1. You've lost your lair. The spawning pool has not been rebuilt yet, guys. You got to rebuild that spawning pool, buddy. You can retake a gas geyser as well now that did go down. The tanks are starting to leapfrog forward. These queens going down. That tank going to move forward. I think you got to be getting into these other mineral lines a bit quicker here, Mr. Bender. A little bit quicker. Right now, Zoda trying to expand away. That spawning pool still is in harm's way. I'd love to see a backup spawning pool as well. Zoda with crazy amounts of money. This is the point where I might actually drone right now as Zoda, just to make up the fact that I can't build fighting units. But Zoda is instead saying, no, just bank the lava, wait for it. Bank the lava, wait for it. These Zerglings are going to go backstab. Look at this. Bender never lowers the wall and leaves a tank on the high ground. Talk about a player who's been burnt by their opponent just attacking across the map with a ton of shit before is like, I will take no chances. Get out of there, no Zoda, run. Zoda's taking big damage on those units. Oh man, these Marines and tanks sieging that base as well. The spawning pool's finished and 24 more Zerglings, still no Baneling Nest, no Roachmorn, nothing like, even with 1 gas, you can actually do okay with a Baneling Nest, guys. A few Banes could make a world of difference here. A lot of those Zerglings ran across the map and died. Now, the rally point is right here, which is very dangerous because those units are going to get aggroed right into these units. Zoda, you've got to change your rally point away from this army. Okay, does realize that rally point has now moved over here. Okay, we've got 1 base mining, 2 bases mining, a 3rd and a 4th are building, and drones can transfer there. And that's important because this tank is about to destroy that mineral line. Bender here holding the high ground is starting a command center at the 7-minute 30 mark. This tank gonna start to blast these tanks. That is a commander siege tank, 22 kills. The other tank is on 8. A lot of Marines coming down. Remember, no Banelings. The Zerglings are just chilling there. Zoda, get your army the fuck out of Dodge. Don't be sitting there. Oh my god. Zoda, no. Whenever you're in doubt, guys, just keep your army multiple screens distance from your opponent. This is like the #1. It was like, over here. Oh, man. I think Zoda is gonna maybe have that dawn on. No, the rally point's still right next to the Terran army. The problem is you can just get aggroed in when you're not ready to fight. Finally, the rally point getting moved over there. More spines being started. Zoda does still have 48 drones. Has a wall of spines. A new spining pool only now starting when this one's already in trouble. And the Zergling count, which could have been growing this whole time, has instead only now been showing. So we have, you know, some people say it's a myth that some people are growers and not showers, but I think in this case, I mean, it's absolutely true. Zoda just kept losing those Zerglings in small numbers, and is going to have to slowly build it up from here. He's going to need a lot of patience. Is not going to have to feel too threatened by this army. Just slow it down with the spines, build more Zerglings, and I really feel should be grouping them up over here, somewhere far away, so they stop rallying through and getting aggroed into it. Big shout out to Sean and B, supporter of the stream, good community member. Let's try and consolidate our chat messages into one line, so you don't fill up me entire chat on me monitor with just you saying one word at a time. Just a heads up, much love, mate. Zerglings once again decide to headbutt in. Zoda, contain yourself. Stop engaging with like 12 Zerglings at a time. You need to wait. Look at the units lost tab. 125 units have gone down, 6,400 minerals. Don't get me wrong though, guys. Bender does not really have any upgrades or macro behind this. Has gone second factory, second starport. You can tell this player doesn't have any kind of inkling of what a standard macro follow-up is, because hasn't added upgrades for the bio and is trying to go double unupgraded starport, double factory, which makes not that much sense. 4 more hatcheries building all across the map. The drones are rallying away. I mean, the question here is can Zoda basically slow this push down, just keep moving drones? We're still at 50 drones between these bases, and then actually save the Zerglings for one big engagement. Because right now, we are just seeing a horny Zerg player. The Terran comes up, stages up in like a really good position, is like, waves a little red flag, and Zoda's like, and just fucking charges into it. The Terran kills the small number of Zerglings, goes, sweet. If I actually let you build up on your income that's been far superior to mine the entire game, you would fudge and crush me. There's no upgrades building up. These Marines are not getting any better. There's almost no Marine production at home as well. It's all tanks and medevacs. And because this Terran player does not feel comfortable lowering the wall, they're all just chilling in the main. There's even accidental Hellions queuing up. And look at this, Bender, no scouting, has no idea. He's like, well, I'm killing bases. There's no way you could be good in this game. I'm going to make a planetary on my natural. Because you know what? I watch a lot of Ketrock stream. I think this is a good idea. Vibe is disgusted somewhere. He says, dude, that's the opposite of macro. How dare you? The Zerglings continuing to build up. This base is forfeit. Have we got a new spawning pool ahead of time? Nope. Still haven't planned ahead for that one. Zoda keeps building a spawning pool at the next base. It dies, builds it at the next base. It dies, builds it at the next base. Can we just build one down here, please? Please don't build it here. I kind of want to, just for my own comedic amusement. Oh, some Hellions are going to come forward. Zerglings, will take those to Dicktown. Still no spawning pool being rebuilt right now. It's a good Zergling count of 45. They are going to actually get a good fight because none of the tanks came down. The Marines went down on their own, and the Zerglings finally going to clear up some Terran units. Spawning pool has finally been started. It is still not the safest base, but it's okay. The Zerglings run in, they're like, wait, what the fuck? That's a planetary fortress. This army still slowly rotating between bases. Got to get these drones out of here. Zoda's still droning right now, which I actually agree with since the spawning pool's dead. Has so many minerals. Zoda's actually starting to re-expand to his own main base, to their own main base. That's incredible. I want to see Zoda retake the entire top side of the base to the point where I would actually love to see a drone run up behind this army and just take this hatchery. And then as this army moves down, send another one down and just keep expanding behind the army. Like, it's like one of those old, like, fucking cheeky, like, silly horror things with, like, the monster's, like, sneaking up behind the guy, and the guy turns around, and the monster, like, pretends to be a statue or something like that. Except in this case, I'm literally building my base inside where your army just killed, and your army just keeps running around as a blob, and you're like, how do you still have stuff? This is weird. Well, the answer is macro, Bender. Ah, the drones! Forgets the rocks is still up. Accidentally runs them through the tanks and Marines, and that's going to be about 16 workers going down. More Lings are being built. These Marines a bit far out front. They got +1 attack. Holy shit. +1 armors on the way as well. Bender figured out what 2 engineering bays are. Is up to 3 starports, 3 barracks, 2 factories. A couple tanks are going to go down. 1 tank, 2 tank. Are we going to see a third? Not quite. Still not a great engagement. We are at 13,000 resources lost for 2,000. I mean, Bender is the most efficient player in the world right now. But if at any point we saw multiple command centers go down, take a third, take a natural, get up to 50 SCVs, build engineering bays and more barracks, I mean, it would be impossible to lose. But the problem is right now we've got 3 starports building Vikings and medevacs and Hellions. So this is about as confused a transition as I could possibly see. I find it really incredible. I mean, do you guys remember that player? Was it in Florencio Files? I think it was. He was playing against Florencio, and he went a 1-1-1, and his transition from that 1-1-1, just one base, Marines, tanks, medevacs all in, was literally to like not know how to do anything. Like 3,000 minerals on one base is like, I'll queue up one more tank and 2 more Marines. Like there was like, that was the scope of the spending money. What was the name of that player? Does anyone remember the name of that player? Let me know in chat. I know we're running a slight delay today since we're playing in a tournament shortly, but we'll see exactly how he goes. Zoda's got to be patient. Just keep giving up these bases. It's fine. Uh-oh, 10 drones in the open. That is problematic, guys. Uh-oh, they're going to go down. No burrow. They're going to try to hide, but the Hellions, they say we like barbecue. And toss another drone on the Barbie, mate. It's a bit of fun here on Ephemeron. Oof. Ugh. Dirty. Zergling's still being built here. That spawning pool. Are we going to replace the spawning pool ahead of time? It's clearly next in line for the target. Zoda, please. Bender says, is this fun for you? Oh, don't tell me you think you've won. You're going for your blue Hellion transition 15 minutes in the game. You're going to start shit talking. Oh, no. Guys, can we do a quick control group check? There's got to be no control groups, right? Yeah, 0 control groups. Not even on the structures. Oh, no. To be fair, Zoda only has the hatcheries control group, but Bender, you can see, literally everything is being manually controlled. No control groups at all. The spines, the Zergling's going to engage a big surround. There's only one tank here. Bender's like, well, I've been winning this game. And I think at this point, it's got to be a little bit mad. I feel like it's that point you go, well, stop fucking wasting my time, you piece of shit. And literally, it's instantly followed by your opponent just fucking ramming his Zerglings all over your shitty little Marine tank army. Bender at this point still got 4 tanks that are just sieged in the main base. We could actually have them over here covering that base as well. Is now building more Hellions and more Marines. I mean, this is an interesting one, guys. 3 starports are still just hanging out. We've got random Vikings. And remember what I was talking about? Can we please expand behind the path of the Terran army? Zoda says yes. Yes, we can. I will take every base again that you already killed. 2 is on the way, guys. Remember, by the way, you're not allowed to take more than 1 gas as Zoda. Now, Zoda has just got 1 gas mining down here. That's it. 2-2, infestation pit. Meanwhile, Bender says, on my literally like half a base economy, I think now is the right time to go for a fusion core. Oh no. Blue Flame Hellions not being stutter stepped and actually getting overwhelmed by just a small pack of Zerglings, or a medium pack of Zerglings, I guess we could call that. Are we just building Blue Flame Hellions? Oh no. Shit. Oh, Bender's struggling to take a third. Meanwhile, our Zerg player Zoda, heading towards 2-2, is up on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bases, and is droning up as well. So 6 hatcheries are all rallied to the top right, so that's where you can see prioritizing droning up there for now. Now changing the drones to this base. We've got to change it back there. The drones haven't actually popped down yet. We've got a hive on the way. He's going to go for Adrenal. And some more stuff. But yeah, isn't this so common? There's like this weird low to medium level of Terran players. Sometimes they go as high as high diamond, where they basically do some sort of crazy one base all in every game, and they just never get past 2 or 3 barracks, and they kind of have this weird mech bio mix, but they never get past like a 1.5 base economy. And all they do as their money banks up is build more and more weird numbers of production structures where, you know, you're going for bio upgrades, but you stop building Marines 10 minutes ago. And you're going for tanks, but then you stop building tanks and you start building Hellions and then some Vikings and some Ravens and some BCs. And you kind of, you know, it's like you've got this tight, decisive game plan, hit them hard with that big doom drop in the main. It did so well. And the follow-up is they're literally sitting there and they go, I've never been past this point in the game. Normally they leave after I kill their main. What do I do? My name's Bender. What do I... Looks around, sees the StarCraft box sitting on his shelf and goes... Peers at it, says... I see a Viking, a battlecruiser, a Raven, some Hellion. I think... Okay, that must be what a macro game looks like. Let's go. It's like... I'll make one of these, and one of these, and one of these. I'll make a planetary on my natural. I will never scout apart from my 1 pack of army that's running around the map. And then we'll see if the box art delivers us victory. There's still a chance in this game for Bender, guys. Don't get me wrong. We've got BCs on the way against someone who's literally only making Zerglings. Planetary, pretty good versus Zerglings, especially with tank covering it. Planetary, pretty good versus Zerglings. I mean, Zerglings can run in and kill it. They got 2-2, but with 2 tanks covering it, I think this might be a bad move. No repair for Bender. No repair. Are they going to take it out? Zoda's still got that sick income, guys. 65 drones on almost pure minerals. Oh, okay. That goes down. The tank goes down. This is an important snipe. Needed to cut into Bender's economy before Bender gets too many BCs out. Those Zerglings get wrecked. The Hellbat's actually doing a great job there. Hellbat's, of course, not needing to be microed actively. Does a fantastic job. And, ooh, my phone just gave me a bit of a vibration. I think it's getting excited as well. Still just 1 gas mining. What do you build to counter the BCs, guys? I mean, it's got to just be queens and spores. I really do feel this is all going to be about Zergling backstabs, right? You've just got to keep making Zerglings. I would even probably go to 100 drones and just, like, headbutt until you kill all the buildings. If those BCs hit you, just backstab. The problem is there's 3 BCs out, a 4th on the way. No upgrades for them, thankfully. Whereas the queens are going to have +2 carapace. So, of course, remember, BCs, 6 damage a shot, -3 armor from the queens. It means only 5 damage a shot. It does keep those queens alive a lot longer. Meanwhile, a small marine Hellbat push. 10 marines and 2 Hellbats. Bender, leaving 90% of the army at home, decides to just deliver a small gift there. And this, I mean, that pulls the trigger. The Zerglings going this time, though. The SCVs are trying to move and repair that command center. I think they will get it. The tanks and the Zerglings combined actually killing a lot of the SCVs. I don't think the planetary is going to go down, but I think that's good enough trade, right? Yeah, these SCVs taking damage, man. Ooh, takes out 26 SCVs in this game. The opponent's down to 15. That's right, guys. Bender's built a total of 40 SCVs over the 21 minutes of this game. High level macro. The medevacs are just chilling over there. This command center needs to lift off. This tank has 44 kills. Lift off! Lift off! Oh my god, the command center burns down. The SCV's going down. Bender has got to be annoyed at this. This is rough, dude. More Zerglings just rallying over here. Zoda is like onto the 36th hatchery that's been built in this game. Still at an insane mineral income, guys. That's 2,800 minerals a minute. What's 28 times 4? It's like 112, right? Yeah? Yeah, I think I just mathed. Did I just maths on stream? I think I did. 112 Zerglings a minute being produced right now, as opposed to the Terran income of almost nothing. The BC's gonna teleport across the map. Bender says, time to get fudged, you dirty fucking Zerg player. Zoda says, what was that, mate? You know I have literally unlimited units that are basically free at this point. People complain about locusts. Have you ever seen someone only mining minerals and massing Zerglings? Because I can make about 10 billion more of these than you've ever seen locusts in your life. Bender's like, fuck you, this is unfair, this game is bullshit, this game is bullshit, this game is bullshit, is gonna start hunting down these bases. Bender's still having no idea that literally every base on the map has been taken. The Zerglings are going to headbutt into this base and start to clear out these tanks. This one BC doing a good job, but the tanks are falling, and when it's just a BC, it's not gonna be able to clean this up. I think the rally point may actually be literally inside this Terran base. It's just outside. That's the staging point right now. The F2A move is strong. And these buildings getting cleared. I mean, it's just Zergling trying to base trade right now. These BCs like, I think we're killing his economy. Trust me, mate, you're not. He's got 7 more bases where that came from, and you're fudged. This BC apparently decides to guard the ramp rather than the buildings. Finally decides to come back. By the way, guys, 6 medevacs are very helpful when you haven't built a marine in 17 minutes. Amazing transitions here from Bender. Big boy Zoda. I like the patience. I like the calm. I mean, the cost inefficiency this game, remember, at one point it was 7 times more efficient for the Terran player. It's getting closer to 2-to-1 now. I don't think it can get much better than that because there's just not that much Terran stuff left to build. It's okay though, guys. Remember, guys, Bender is rebuilding the SCV economy, trying to mine the fusion core. I'm not sure if that's going to help in the long run. The SCVs are a little bit confused. They're rereading their work order. No, it says mine the fusion core, boss. Okay, boys. I mean, we're getting a paycheck. Just pretend you're mining it, okay? If anyone comes to check, we're mining the fusion core. The command center lifts off, and Zoda is right now, I'm pretty sure, has a big fucking manic, gleeful smile on his face, whilst Bender's like, I can hear the breathing becoming more intense. Literally through the internet, through my fucking magic crystal ball that allows me to hear and feel people's thoughts from the past. Now remember guys, Zerglings can't attack up, so the buildings have lifted. Bender started with, is this fun for you? Thinking that the game was over. Impressive. I didn't take you seriously. Wait, what? Is this a rare moment of a player realizing their hubris? Has Bender realized? Oh my god. Bender, thinking that he was the one doing the dicking, has suddenly realized it was a trap. And in fact, Zoda was mass expanding across the map. And never get cocky, guys. Never get cocky. You've got to respect your opponent. The moment you don't, you do end up going to Dick Town. I think Bender has learned an impressive lesson this game. Remember, guys, that there's only one gas allowed to mine at a time. So if you're going to build corruptors or something to kill these buildings, well, it's going to take a while. So instead, we've got mass queens. Zoda's like, I'd love to see some attack upgrades on the queens, but since there's no armor, you don't really need it. Let's do a BC kill check. 41, 43, 62, 45, and 29. So a couple of kills for each of these units. Spore Crawler's there. Going to provide a bit of defense. The queen's just being massed off so many hatcheries right now. I'd love to see the Zerglings run back in, just see if they can kill anything. And there is a Spire on the way. Please just make queens. Ooh, oh, here we go. The BC's coming forward. The queen's going to try to take fight. That +3 carapace is going to help a little bit. The BC's, one of them getting focused. One BC! Oh, it escapes on 10 hit points. And remember, they can kind of be repaired a little bit. These queens doing a good little fight here. The Zerglings are going to run in. Bender realizing he's done. He's dusted. And I still can't believe he actually fucking realized. Is this fun for you? Apparently, yes. Yes, it is. All right, impressive. I didn't take you seriously. GG. Hats off to you, Bender. That's actually legendary. First of all, that you did such a sick, tight strategy whilst literally using no mechanics, like no control groups at all, not even on your buildings. Like there is no control groups on your army. You can argue that's not great. No control groups on your buildings for the entire duration of the game. Holy fuck balls. Impressive that you could do what you could do there, since that is so friggin' hard. But GG, well played, Bender. And that was a fun game 3 and 4 of this IC4, guys. Let's go straight into game 5 in just a minute. Thank you for submitting that absolute mad shit show, the Mineral Maverick Challenge. We got to bring this one back every 3 months now with how fun this one's been. GG, well played.